Am I the a hole for being honest with CPS when they were called on my parents? I 16M have a brother, 13M, and two sisters 12F and 9F. Our parents are the kind of people who will help everybody who's anybody to the extreme. Usually I'm the one who has to give up the most for that. Like they will let people stay with us when they're between homes or their house is getting work done or someone's visiting, and I always have to give up my room to guests if there's more than the guest room can fit. My siblings keep theirs, and usually I will be sent to the living room. I went to my brother's room when we were younger, but not anymore, and there's no room for a bed in there anyway. Sometimes we could have like 10 extra people staying with us for weeks at a time, especially if it's summer or Christmas. Money gets tight because guests never have to contribute, and spaces is super tight because we're all on top of each other. My parents say that being the oldest and having my own room are the reasons I need to give up my room when my brother and sisters don't. Occasionally a cousin or two the same age as my brother will share his room with him, but they share the bed, and it's a really tight squeeze. When we started having people stay over more and more, I just got my sleeping bag and moved into the basement with a few things. The 3 nights since 2025 started when I could have slept in my own bed. I didn't even bother. And yeah, that's how bad it is. My dad's brother, his wife, and their 3 kids are living with us now essentially. Dad's parents decided to come and stay for the summer too. Then one of mom's friends started staying with us 6 weeks ago with her family. But then my dad's ex-stepdaughter, he was married before mom and had no kids, but still talks to his ex's daughter, and her family needed a place to crash, so they stayed. That meant my room, the guest room, and the living room were full, and the basement was, so I went to crash at a friend's house. When I was there, I told his parents, and his parents reported it to CPS and reported that I had not had my own bed in months, and how I would get there starving, because as the hosting family, we get to eat last at home. CPS interviewed me, and I was honest about everything. I told them why I went into the basement full time, about us eating last, and everything that was going on. CPS warned my parents that they needed to have better accommodations for the 4 of us. I think they have to work with CPS for a few months now on stuff, take some classes, and we need less people at the house. My parents wanted to know why they knew certain things, and I told my parents I was honest with them. It pissed them off bad, and I told them they fucked me over all the time, so why should I care about the trouble they're in? Does that make me the a-hole? I'm still spending most nights at my friend's house, by the way. Commenter 1. You are NTAUAR16. It's not your job to be the adult in this situation. OP, I wish my parents knew that maybe this will wake them up to that. Commenter 2. But what's happening here is that the parents enjoy the validation they get from people other than their kids about how they're so great and helpful. They wouldn't get the same feelings from their kids. OP, they do. I don't see any other reason to stuff so many others into your house at once. Commenter 3. Are you keeping CPS updated? You should tip them off and suggest when they should stop by to check up on you. Make it at a time when the house is full and there is not enough food to go around. OP. No, I haven't talked to them since. But they are keeping a watch over everything, and they know everyone's still there. Commenter 4. NTA. That must have been pretty hard to do, but you're actually watching out for your younger siblings and for yourself. That's important and kind. You don't owe it to anyone, ever, to lie to protect them, especially when protecting them means not protecting someone who needs it more. And by definition, kids need more protection than adults. You did nothing wrong at all. Hope things get better for you and your siblings. OP. We'll see. I'm not too positive that we'll cooperate fully, but if I have to, I can report them too at some point. Or tell my friends' parents and let them do it since they did it so willingly. Commenter 5. I tried to count up the current additional people. Dad's brother, wife, and 3 kids. 5. Dad's parents. 2. Mom's friend plus family. 1 plus. Dad's ex-stepdaughter and family. 1 plus. Family equals at least 2, otherwise Opie would have mentioned the additional person. Total minimum equals 13 guests plus family, 6 equals 19. This is a huge, unbelievable test. How many bathrooms? The health department needs to assess this situation too. OP. 3 bathrooms. One's my parents, and it's connected to their room, and nobody else uses it. Commenter 6. So your parents, for all of their insistence on putting visitors first, won't let anyone use their bathroom at the same time they tell you how unselfish you need to be. Now they're neglectful and hypocritical. OP. Yep. They have never let anyone else use their bathroom. It was everyone else taking turns between the other two bathrooms. Commenter 7. Don't your grandparents care about you and your sibs? Even if your parents don't, grandparents should care about their grandkids. OP, my dad's parents don't care beyond grandkids. Moms do, and they never stay here for that reason. They know what it'll be like. Commenter 8. LOL, so they keep their own spaces, but you always lose yours? It's so easy to help people when you can make others make sacrifices for you. OP. Yeah, LOL, they keep their room and bathroom and none of us, kids or guests, can use it. Or their bedroom itself. Commenter 8. Unless they literally have a lock on there, I'd start barging in constantly, and if questioned just say, you always say we have to be willing to share our space, with a big smile. OP. They always lock their door. Even before it got this bad with all the people staying, they'd lock their bedroom door.